I had 2 hairdressing salons, and it was just before the curly perm period. And I had a lot of people who were getting a lot of problems from the chemicals. So I decided to take a degree in trichology. And when I discovered exactly what was in those products, I couldn't continue to recommend that my clients put these chemicals on their hair. So I started then I loxed my hair and started to tell the clients, don't use the chemicals, plait your hair or lox it or do anything but use the chemicals. So obviously I lost a lot of business, and eventually I closed down and I went to Barbados and started a natural hair salon and started making natural products, and eventually came back to this country and realized that I needed to look at the whole system, healing the entire system as a body energy, not just one aspect of it. So I went to do more studies, and since then I've studied hypnotherapy, psychotherapy, neuro-linguistic programming, colon hydrotherapy, clinical nutrition, and the list goes on. Plus I studied other things like science of mind and other things, really basically just looking at healing the whole system, and that's what I do now. I'm a natural health consultant. Are we up there? Okay, I'm going to have to jump quite a bit through the slides, so bear with me. What I will say to you is there are a lot of cliches out there at the moment, and unfortunately that's what these things have become, just cliches. We talk about our health is our wealth, and we are what we eat, but do we really think about this anymore? Are we really prioritizing our health? Yes, how many of you think you prioritize, or how many of you, I should say, prioritize your health? Can you show me your hands? Okay, if I said to you tonight, you have a fairly serious health problem which you need to see to straight away, and when you get up in the morning, your car is broken down, it's not going anywhere, yes? You have to get to work, etc. What would you spend your money on? Person who put your hand up there, what would you spend your money on, your health or your car? Is that true? Okay, that's good. But a lot of people wouldn't do that, because a lot of people don't, because you can't see the problem, yes, a lot of people don't take it seriously. They put everything on the back burner because it's not obvious. And I've got a quote here, just to seal that. Your first duty is to make the body healthy. Without health, nothing can be achieved. Not only higher goals, but even worldly success is based on your health, your condition. Whatever you want to do, spiritual, social, national, you have to do it with your body. Your thoughts are manifested only through your body. You can fulfill desires only through your body. And this is why I tell people, start first with the body. Yes, heal your body, and then the rest will begin to fall into place. I'm going to skip through some of these, and I'm going to make another quote which basically tells us where we are now with health in terms of our National Health Service and the care that we're getting out there. Basically, in spite of the great advances in medicine and in science, we are still, the medical profession is still looking at healing from the Dark Ages. Yes, in European history, their medicine is coming from the basis of what they call Newtonianism. Yes, one of the isms where they believe that you do not have a spirit and your body is just a material thing like a car. So when something goes wrong, all you have to do is chop it out, throw it away, and replace it with a new part, or you use some sort of medication which is supposed to go to the part that is ill and heal that part. So when you can begin to understand where the current thought behind medication is. And what do you think nutrition is? Who can tell me what nutrition is? I'm moving very quickly and jumping through this. What's nutrition? Sorry? Basis of life. That's an excellent, excellent answer. Many people think nutrition is just food and healing, but nutrition is everything that we are putting into our system. Yes, all our needs, our nutritional needs. And a deprivation in any of these needs impairs our growth and development. And when we violate the laws, I can't go into the laws now, but when we violate the laws of existence, we bring disease onto ourselves. One of the things we've got to do, and as you listened to some of the speakers before, and the sketches that were done here, we have got to stop looking outside for excuses as why we get disease. Yes, we've got to stop blaming things outside like bacteria and genes. And there's new development in biology now which shows that genes are not only about 5% of what was considered to be genetic diseases. Genes are not responsible for most of the problems that we have. We are. So what are the things that we need? Can we get some, what are the essentials that we need for life? What is the nutrition? Water. What kind of water? Just drink it out of the tap? We need clean water. Yes? And what else do we need? We need food. What kind of food? Any old food? We need nutritious food. Food that will feed our cells. What else? Exercise. A lot of us now have become very sedentary. We sit in front of the box, the idiot box, and we don't do any exercise. So what else? Sunshine, fresh air. Yes, we need, yes, absolutely. So I'm just going to go through this very quickly. We need food that's clean. We need clean water. Chlorine in our water. Chlorine is a poison that was used as a weapon in World War I. And we are drinking that in our water. Fluoride, they say they put into the water to help us to keep our teeth healthy. How many of you have healthy teeth because you drink the water from the tap? Yes? So we have to start questioning the things that we accept as norm. We need pure air. I can't go into the details of that right now, but the pollutants now in the air has become overwhelming, especially with the new technologies that we're using. Sunshine is a life giver, and the benefits include vitamin D3. And what they found out is that without D3 in our system, we are suffering a myriad of problems and diseases, depression, heart problems, and of course we need the melanin, we need the sunshine to replenish the melanin that protects our cells. And like someone mentioned earlier, we've got melanin in our brain, we have melanin all over our system, we need the sunshine. So what I say to people, when the sun shines, we don't get enough, not nearly enough of it here, but when it shines, go outside and take off your clothes and roll around in it, because we really do need the benefits of that. What else? We need a pleasant environment. We need exercise, as someone mentioned before. We need to move our body around. Our emotional health is very important. Negative emotions, anger, hate, unforgiveness, fear causes toxic physical illness. Stress is an emotional disease. Negative thoughts and beliefs. Thoughts are actually energy. Yes? Hate is the opposite to love. And when we harbor those things, some people, I've heard some I will never forgive him. Me can't forgive him because I'm never on this planet me go and forgive him. And I say, look, when you're holding on to that energy, that person that harmed you, they've gone away. They don't even probably remember you. And you're the one who's carrying them around. When you carry that energy, you wake up in the morning and you're vexed. And you're quarreling about the person in your head, you walk around with them in your head, that person probably don't even remember who you are. Yeah, but you are harming, we are harming ourselves by carrying that negative energy, which is what they call psychosomatic. It goes into our cells, into our tissues, and causes disease. Spiritual health is very important. Spiritual cleansing is just as vital as physical cleansing. Our lifestyle. We are gregarious people, so we need to interact with other human beings. Love, as I mentioned before. Work. Yes, most of us go to jobs every day that we hate. Yes? And we're working in a system that is a capitalist system, which means that what we are doing is going out to work to feed a few people. Yes, the majority of us are going to work to feed a few. And we're not really, we probably, most of us only are managing from week to week, from hand to hand. And we need to find out what our purpose is. How many of you actually know what your purpose in life is? Great. Yes, there's not that many hands going up. We need to find out what our purpose is to satisfy our spirit. Yes? And a lack of all of these causes nerve energy, or some or all of these causes our nerve energy to be depleted. And I'm just going to quickly run through the 7 stages of disease. If you would prefer to speak amongst yourselves, I can stop here. Yes, so disease is a process, yeah, and it develops in stages. The first stage is what is called nervous exhaustion or low nerve energy. And you begin to feel this. Most people say, you know something, I don't feel too good, you know. I'm getting a bit tired easily and I don't feel right. My body, your body talks to you. Our body talks to us. And we got to get back to that place where we were intuitive and we could listen to what our body is saying. If we don't do something about it, the body is unable then to eliminate the toxins. Yes, and toxicosis is the main problem. Everything else, all the so-called diseases are just symptoms of a toxic body. Yes, toxemia in the blood, toxicosis in the entire body. That is the one and only main disease. Everything else are symptoms. Number 2, toxemia, it gets to the stage where the body becomes fully toxic. The blood, the tissues, the lymph, everything becomes toxic. Then it moves on, if nothing is done, it moves on to what is called irritation. The nerves begin to sense it, you begin to feel more uneasy, queasy, getting painful areas. I'm sure a lot of you are able to empathize with that. Then if we don't do anything, it moves on to inflammation. This is where it becomes severe. And this is where most people will go to the doctor to get medication, which then dumps more toxins into the system because the body then has to fight the toxins from the medication. And that appears as though the problem sometimes is relieved when all it's doing is taking the energy away from healing and now have to look at a bigger problem, which is the toxicosis from the medication. The body begins to close down for protection and redirects its energy to concentrate on the toxins in the organ. And this is where you start getting itises. They call them itises, bronchitis, appendicitis, because the body is dumping the toxins in the areas of elimination. Hepatitis. It becomes chronic when it's a fever. Okay, I'm going to move forward very quickly. Okay. then the disease becomes destructive, degenerative. This is when we start getting things like diabetes, we start naming them, like diabetes and other types of disease. If it's not addressed at this stage, it becomes ulcerated. The next stage is ulceration. The cells begin to be destroyed at a very, very staggering rate. The body is now unable to survive in this kind of media, and the tissues are becoming destroyed. Ulcers, the ulcer is a void which the body creates, and the nerves become exposed, and this is when we start feeling intense pain. At this stage, we can still patch it up if we remove the cause, which you know already, because most of the speakers have talked about it. Remove the toxic foods that we're putting into our system, and change certain lifestyles, certain lifestyle issues that we have. We can still redress it. If not, it moves into what's called induration. And this is where the body begins to fill the void with hard tissue. It's like a scar inside. And it encapsulates, closes the toxic material in this scar tissue. This is often called a tumor. And many, many times this has been diagnosed as cancer. But at this stage, it's not yet really cancer. Yes. Okay, so I've just got one stage and I'm going to cut it off. The cells become wild, they can't function anymore, they start feeding off the lymph fluid in the system, and the genetic coding is destroyed, so they're not able to function. And the last stage is when the cells are now incapable of any intelligent action, and they're no longer doing what they're supposed to do. At this stage, if the problem is attended to, the body is cleansed, detoxified, and given what it needs, this can still be redressed in some cases. If it's not, then death occurs because the cells die. Yeah, so I'm not going to continue through that, but I will say that as I mentioned before, there's only one real disease, and that's when we don't give the body what it needs. The body is very intelligent, it heals itself. All we need to do is give it what it needs to do that. And I'm going to end there. It's unfortunate really that we had to rush tonight, but maybe another time. I have a book out, which it was the title of this presentation, but we're not going to do that. I'm selling it on the stand over there, and you can go to my website, get some leaflets, go to my website. I do health programs which are cleansing, detoxing the system, and health education, etc. And I do one-on-ones as well. If you want to speak to me, I'm over there and you can get a leaflet. And just to finish with this one quote here: health cannot be bought across the counter of a drugstore, nor can it be found in a physician's office or in a hospital. We contend that healing is a biological process which is continuously going on inside every organism. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.
Yes. Pt3 people. You know what, give yourselves a round of applause. It's a beautiful audience. It's good when we can do these things and make it happen. I'm gonna make this quick, because I know, time's pushing on. So this is to all of my Nubian sisters right now. Listen, man can't create life, we can only play a part of it. The womb is the essence and the soul and the heart of it. You amaze me, nothing else can faze me. A life-giving being on earth, we call a lady. You're a goddess, you're a queen. Select wisely who you let in between. All man has thoughts, but all don't say what they mean. Most paint a perfect picture only if you fulfill your dreams. My Nubian sisters of the world, you know you're underrated. Baby mother ain't the word to help me make this statement. Bearer of the seeded life, yeah, will suit you better. Cause after the Almighty, you're next in every weather. Listen. Put faith in your yourself before you look for a man. A vulnerable woman sticks out like a fool with a great plan. I'm only saying this cause I care, and God knows without a woman I wouldn't be here. To all my sisters, love yourself and try to be productive. You play a major role, but still look seductive. Overstand life and you won't understand the system. Give birth, get a flat, but guess what? You're still the victim. Cause life without love is not worth the life we live in. And love without life is like having no pot to piss in. So listen to your conscience and follow your heart. And if you need some motivation, play this track from the start. My new sisters of the world, you know you're underrated. Baby mother ain't the word to help me make this statement. Bearer of the seed in life, yeah, will suit you better. Cause after the Almighty, you're next in everywhere. But listen, last verse. Next time you hear a track calling bitch or a hoe, switch up your frequency and play some J Nero. Better still Isley Brothers or some Luciano. Beres Hammond Dwelly or some De La Soul Car. Nothing don't change if you don't change. Don't think it's long distance, believe it's short range. And if you got aims, then turn them into goals. Don't wait for tomorrow, today will unfold. Your brain is an Uzi, you need to reload. Your life is a movie, the script you behold. Come out from the back, you are the main role, aka the director of your own soul. You can't see the picture if you're still in the frame. If you discipline your mind and also educate your brain, I see you as an empress, forever you remain. And now you're making order, I that man I claim. My Nubian sisters of the world, you know you're underrated. Baby mother ain't the word to help me make this statement. Bearer of the seed in life, yeah, will suit you better. Cause after the Almighty, you're next in everywhere. But blessings, Gennaro,
I'd like to thank the Marandina Foundation and Netta Vital Foundation for putting on this event. I think we need to give them a big round of applause. I'd like to thank the artists that performed. I'd like to thank all our doctors that gave their time. Please do support us. And let me just say this. If you, the African community, don't support us, we can't put on events like this. Last but not least, some of you know, some of you don't know, that I'm involved in an organization where we have some land in Ghana. It's called the Garvey Town Project. We have over 300 acres of land, and it's for African people. Now, I hear a lot of people say they're going to Africa to buy land. You don't need to buy no land. The land is there. If you want to build on it, all you have to do is raise your money to build a yard. You don't need to buy the land. The land is there already. We are in need of finances. I want to thank some of the brothers, a couple of brothers that gave me a little change towards Garvey Town. We need money for the school that we have on there, and we need money to raise for the school bus so that we can get the children. We've got so much children coming from neighboring villages, but it's costing the school a lot of money to take cabs. So we have to get a minibus. So we're asking the community to assist us with that. If you want more information about that, speak to me after. That is it. And last but not least, I will say the ancient words of our ancient ancestors, the Comedians. Itepe eneke jea senebe. Divine peace, long life, stability and good health. Live long and prosper. Otep. Get home safely. We've got to get out of here. Thank you very much. Otep, madam.
Just want to give you a big hand of applause because these are the people who actually are